So surprisingly, y'all probably already seen the thumbnail. Y'all click this video. You know what I'm about to talk about. So let's jump right into it. I'm August C. Jones. So real quick, I'm going to get my thoughts on this. So I didn't want my channel or anything that I say about Drake, because I have a lot of negative shit to say about Drake. But I didn't want it to come across as like, oh yeah, he's a hater. He's this, he's that, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to give kudos. So Drake, out of the disastrous year that he's had last year, and even the disastrous beginning of this year that he's had, and all the dumb shit that he's been doing along the way, it's like he finally has a win. He finally has something that he can grasp on and like, yes, this is a victory. Because just like his tour says, he need a max win tour. I don't care how you spell it. That's him saying that he needs a max win. This isn't a max win. Don't get it fucked up. I'm not saying it's a max win, but it is a win nonetheless. You know, and it's like any little victory now that Drake needs. He needs some victory. And like, I haven't gotten through the whole Some Sexy Songs for You, the latest album with him in Party Next Door. But from what I heard, sounds pretty solid. Sounds pretty solid. I have my thoughts about Give Me a Hug or whatever. I may make another video about that. I don't know. But other than that, from what I've heard from the album, I'm not a huge Drake fan. So, you know, I'm not about to sit here and really like just dissect it. But from what I've heard, it sounds pretty decent. And some songs that I don't like, certain songs I do like. You know, I like how it started off. I think it's the CN Towers. I like that. So the album is pretty solid from what I've heard. And I'm talking about like my own ears, not from what other people said. It's pretty solid. But other people who have said it, you know, it's pretty solid. I've heard a lot of negative, but I've heard a lot of positive. And I heard a lot of mix. But the numbers came out, and he is number one. As we have Sabrina Carpenter, I believe she did a deluxe, so she's number two. And then you got Kendrick got knocked down to number three after being number one. But, I mean, this is kudos to Drake. I feel like when it comes to Drake, he needed this. I still fully believe that we all have tickets to Drake's downfall. And I may end up making another video where there's a reason why I'm saying that. And it's not just hate, it's just literally there's a reason why I'm saying that. But I do feel that Drake is on his downfall. Can he change that? Possibly can. I don't know. I have yet to see. But when it comes to this album, did the numbers that it's supposed to do. Not usual Drake numbers, but it did numbers, in which I feel like a lot of people wanted this album or came to this album out of curiosity, not really more so, oh yeah, Drake dropping, I'm about to listen to it. It's just more of, okay, what he's going to do. This is the first official project that he's dropped ever since the battle. And so it was people really wanting to see what he can deliver. And it wasn't spectacular, but it was good enough to get him the number one spot. Now, will it do what, and I ain't gonna say I hate, but not to really just compare him too much. Will it do what GNX did, where it went to number one and, you know, went away, but then went back to number one and all that stuff? Will it do that? I don't know. From what I've heard, from what other people have been saying, other reviews, it may not. Like all these numbers are just from people just being curious as to hearing it. You got the fans and then you got the curious listeners. So will it stay at number one? Will it stay in the top 5? Will it stay in the top 10? Or will it decline? That's where that's where we'll get a real sense of what Drake can do right now. Now, given this is a collab album with him and Party Next Door, the real sense of what we're going to get of what Drake can do is once because like he put it out there, he's coming out with a solo album this year. When he put out that solo album, what is that album going to do? Is that album going to do regular Drake numbers? Is it going to have bigger numbers than the Party Next Door collab album that he just put out? And we have yet to see. It could be a great album. It could be a classic. A lot of people feel like he don't have it. So this could probably be the classic album that he has. Or it could probably be a lot of the same shit that he's been putting out lately. But, I mean, as of now, this is a win for Drake. This is something that he needed. And I feel like this is what he should have been doing all along. Instead of all these posts and throwing shots and being on stage with the bullet hole. Fuck all that shit. Get in the booth, make some music. If you're not going to put out another disc record, put out another album. Put out another mixtape. Put out another EP. Put out another collab album with 21. But this is something that he needed to do. Will the next album do well? Don't know. But just, it's like out of all the buffoonery that we've been going through with Drake as of late, I'm glad to see that he has got some type of victory. And I'm not saying like a huge fucking victory. I'm not saying that. But he has a victory. So kudos to him. And I'm glad to see it. But we will see what happens next week and the week after that. And how many weeks is going to stay with number one or within the top 5. Because that's when it's going to really matter. But those are my thoughts. Try not to make it too much of a hater type talk about Drake or whatever. Try to give him some love, you know. That's what he needs. But yeah. If you like this video, give it a like. And I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace out. Stay safe.